This here is a brand new Instagram trick that you probably haven't heard of and will help you hit the explore page and grow your account much faster. The best thing is, this isn't some hack that Instagram can soon cover up. It's more a holistic strategy that will allow you to better grow your audience, and you can do this for as long as Instagram exists. But make sure you like the video to support content like this. So I found this post here on the explore page from a girl named Abby titled "The Best Kept Instagram Growth Strategy." And so of course this piqued my interest. Anything about new growth strategies or new techniques is always going to catch my attention. And I'll be honest, I looked through this post before making this video and I did know this strategy, and I have very loosely mentioned this in the past, but this takes it to a more in-depth level that I've never talked about, and so that's why I'm going to share it with you. Now, if we slide across to the second slide of the post, it says, "Want to know the growth secret most gurus won't teach you?" And I'm going to be honest here, Abby, I feel a bit attacked, but we'll let it slide and take a look at the third part. Now, looking at the third slide, it goes on to talk about the fact that Instagram use AI to help rank and sort content on their platform. And this content recognition software can recognize objects, text, and similarity between images and videos. Now, we know this. Instagram have got a ton of algorithms and classifiers and AI software that can look at an image that is posted and have a good understanding of what it is, what it's about, the quality of the image, and how likely even someone is to engage with it. And then based off the way people react to that post, it either confirms what they're thinking or disagrees with what they're thinking, and that feeds the algorithm with more information to better classify content without even people engaging with it, which is pretty crazy. Now, Abby has gone on to say that you can use this AI to actually grow your Instagram by searching for content in your niche and looking at the best performing content for patterns of what's working well, which you can then take and apply to your own content strategy to grow your account faster. Now, like I mentioned at the start of the video, I've lightly touched on this with your own content as to pushing out a ton of content in your niche that's valuable, that's interesting, that's engaging to your target audience. And then looking after, say, a month or a few weeks of publishing a ton of content, look at what's working, look at the trends in that content, and then double down on what's working. However, there is a saying that loosely goes along the lines of smart people learn from their mistakes and that wise people learn from the mistakes of others. And this rings true with Instagram as well. But just replace the word mistakes with content. So you can and should learn from your own content and learn from the mistakes that you make on that content, as well as learning from what performs well from that content in your niche. However, inside of your own niche, your content might make up 0.0000001% of everything that is posted inside of that category. So by learning from other people's content and looking at what really performs well, it unlocks so much more to learn from. And this goes further than just looking at one specific creator and looking at their engagement, because that might say specifically what that audience enjoys, and that audience could be slightly different to your account, which means that you might not necessarily get the same results. And that can work, and I do recommend looking at others, but it can be problematic. I think this is a better way of looking at it. Then Abby goes on to show some examples of this. So firstly, she pulls up the travel niche, and looking at this now, she says image similarities of the content that she pulled up on the travel niche is that all of them have sea or beach shots, bright turquoise blue color palette, and mostly no people in the image. So it's mostly focused on the scenery and the travel itself as opposed to the people. And so if you're trying to build a travel account, this would be really helpful information, as you could see that this is what people in the broader travel niche are looking for. Now, as we can see on the screenshot, when she searches travel, it also comes up with luxury, couple, Italy, solo, which are sub niches of the travel industry. So if you're trying to go for luxury travel or couple travel or Italy travel or solo travel, and you're going specifically for those niches, you can click through to those and see what content is ranking in those niches. Now, I do want to add that the way that travel looks to me and the way that it looks to Abby and the way that it may look to you can be different, because Instagram will look at what you're interested in and show you content specific to that. However, this is still a really good resource to see what is the best of the niche. Now, sliding across to fashion, which is the next category she looked at, she found that the image similarities here were geometric patterns. You can see they all had that hourglass shape. They were all in dresses, and they all had 3/4 of their body in the frame. And that makes a lot of sense. Most of the content that you can see here that's ranking for the search term of fashion was focused on the fashion. It wasn't focused on someone's face. It wasn't focused on anything else but the dresses, the fashion, and the outfits, which makes sense. And again, as you can see at the top, there's other categories that you can explore and so on. If we scroll across to tall fashion, she noticed women taking up 1/3 of the frame is the image similarities there. Full body pics, hand on hip. This is all valuable information that you can then test on your account. And that's what I recommend when it comes to any growth strategy on Instagram or any social media platform, is look at what's working and test it on your account. Don't treat that as absolute law and absolute fact that will work. Test it out. And if it gets better results, run with it. And if it doesn't get better results, go to what is working best for you. So you can pull these strategies that you learn from my channel. You can pull strategies from this post here. You can pull strategies that you find from people on TikTok, and you try them out and you see which works the best for you in your situation, and then you double down on what works the absolute best. Don't take anything that is said as fact, because when advice is being given in a generic fashion like this, it's hard to say what is best for you personally. However, this is a great way to get ideas for what is working that you can then test out. And then the last search term she looked at is social media marketing, and the similarities she found here were mainly black and white backgrounds, text heavy, and lots of lists. And this is again something that I've noticed specifically in the educational niches, which is where a lot of my clients are, both for done-for-you services and for coaching. A lot of them are educating people, and we found this content works really well. Then finally, she wraps up this post by saying that this is just one part of the algorithm, and not everything is made up with this, and you can of course reach the explore page for these search terms with other content, but this is just a good look at what is working already, and I completely agree with that. Now, as I touched on earlier, my suggestion from this information here is go and take a look at your niche on Instagram, see what other people are doing that's working really well, see what is ranking well, and what people and what users and consumers of content are enjoying in these searches and in these niches, but don't spend all day on it. Go have a look, take note of what's working, write it down, and then go out there and focus on creating content that your target audience enjoy. Because it's really good and it's really helpful to be aware of what's performing, but don't spend all day on it. Because by understanding this, it can help you create better content for your profile. But at the end of the day, it comes down to two main things when it comes to pushing your content in the algorithm. And that is, number one, creating content that serves your target audience and improving that consistently, which can be helped by looking at these search terms, but can also be helped by developing your editing skills or better understanding your audience or upskilling yourself on the industry that you're in. So if you're in the fashion niche, find new fashion trends that you can talk about and create content about. If you're an Instagram coach like myself, then it comes down to watching more videos or learning more or reading more or experimenting more to learn new strategies. Or if you're a fitness coach, it's the same. You might want to go and read more papers on nutrition and on science and so on, so that you can better create content for your audience. And then second is actually engaging with your audience. So on top of creating better content, engaging with your audience, replying to their comments, building that connection with them is going to help you to better understand them and build a fan base of loyal people who constantly engage with your content, and that is going to push your content out there to more people. I have been making some blunders with my speaking all over the show. This is my second video in a row that I've been recording, and I keep twisting out my tongue, so apologies for that. Now, in saying that, as I said, this strategy will help you. Just don't spend all day on it. Thank you to Abby for making this simple to understand. Now, if you want a more step-by-step roadmap and tutorials to building a profitable following on Instagram, I've linked below a link for my crash course and ebook, which together is just $9, and that's linked in the top of the description. If you want that, if you want hundreds of free videos on how to grow a profitable following on Instagram, then just go check out my channel and subscribe if you enjoy this. That's it from me. I will see you all next time.